Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Frozen Empire. Alright, let's just have a quick little recap on how last season went. Obviously, this is how the season went. Went pretty well. Well, apart from that one glitch we won't talk about. Yeah, we are in that cup in the first round. We're playing a team that are in the same league as them. As for how the league obviously went last season, as you can see, we did win it. And this season, our preview has us as 4th. So we have moved up. We're predicted 7th, 8th, I think, last season. Yeah. But we have been busy in the transfer market. Just had the transfer window close. Yes. We have our transfers out. Yeah, so Anders Jensen was our first one out, 250 grand. Gone to Albacete. Wasn't getting game time. Kind of wanted to leave. We needed the money at the time. Yeah, 250k. The league gone to La Liga 2 at Albacete. And then obviously we had Uvli go out because we were bringing in a new goalkeeper. He's gone to Lynn for 25 grand. Borset wanted to leave. I wanted to keep him. I wanted him to be our backup this year. Oh, well, he probably would have been my starter. But yeah, obviously he came in last season, played 5 games, made a little bit of a profit on him as well. So that's always good. And then Gvam wanted to leave, went on a free. And Langmo, same, wanted to leave, so we let him go. But on the ins, so we did some early business and simple business. These 4. Firstly, our record signing. Marcus Simonson, obviously, we know all about him. He was here on loan, scored 22 goals in 28 games for us. Then the goalkeeper we also had on loan last season, backup, he come in for 90k. And Killen, well, he comes in basically for like that left side. Again, comes in from Christensen. We paid 3.7 for him a year ago. We paid 1.2 for him after a pretty good year. And then our new central attacking midfielder, who is unfortunately out injured at the moment for the next month, sprained knee ligaments, Oscar Ollenschläger, comes in from Fredrikstad, again 1.2 million. So as you can see, we did spend some money, and these are good players. And then, to match our highest transfer fee ever coming in, Mads Hedenstad. Saw he was the goalkeeper on the Dream 11, and he was at Lillestrøm. And I wanted a younger keeper to replace Hogard, and he came up. So yeah, he comes in 1.7 million, having been a regular for the last 5 years, and yeah, 1.7 million for him. This one, a freebie, 18-year-old youngster. This was a director of football one. Not brilliant, but fills up the We've got Anders Him. He's our left back now. Not as good as Borset was, but yeah, he'll do a job, I think, and he can develop a bit. But a big transfer here. Vika Berif comes in on loan. Yeah, we're paying 950k for him, but Vika Berif, Danish, 23-year-old, obviously ex-Arsenal. I think he could be immense for us in this league. And he will be our main striker, I think. But yeah, that is the transfer business we've done. So now, let's see how Season 2 goes. Alright folks, so Season 2 is in the bag. As you can see, dynamics are very, very good. But how did we get on? As you can see, the first 10 games started superbly. Started with a 3-0 win against Christensen, where Mika Berif scored on his debut. Alright, this was a throw-in down the line, whipped across, and a header at the far post. And then we had 2 huge games, and as you can see, firstly, Rosenborg, Mika Berif with another 2 goals. Rosenborg, one of the big teams that we're trying to surpass. We went on to Bodo Glimt. Obviously, the rivalry in the Arctic Circle. Beat them 2-0. Superbly done. And yeah, this was where I was like, this is going to be a special season. Going to do some good things again. Obviously, the biggest thing for us will be the Champions League. And it continued on, and we lost. Yeah, then we went on to win the next couple of games. Then came Lillestrøm. Tough 1-0 loss through a penalty, which is a shame. Then we had 2 draws back to back. A 1-1 where we had to hold on and we didn't. And then a 0-0 draw. It looks like Hedenstad had a good game. Then we went on and won the next 2 games. But then this brings us on to the middle part of the season. The next 10. And yeah, these 10 started a nice win. Hat-trick for Mika Bieref. So he's doing pretty well, scoring quite a few goals. But then this is where the season took a turn. So that loss and 2 draws. We weren't top, we were second at the time. Odd were top. And we lost 2-1. But it gets worse. Well, it gets better before it gets worse, I suppose you could say. And obviously we drew with Sogndal before back-to-back losses against Viking and Sandefjord. Not ideal at all. So, and then went on to beat Rosenborg in the second time we'd played them. Then went to Kristianstad, drew again. Bodo Glimt, we went to their ground, drew. They're being behind, did pull it back though. And then we took the lead. But then the 75th minute, they equalised. Then we got a win again. And then we lost the final game of this middle 10, which was not good. And for the final 10 of the season, the final part of the season, starts with another loss. Back-to-back losses again. 3-2 loss after being ahead in the 3rd minute as well. And they were down to 10 men as well, which is even worse. But then the end of season comes in. And here is where our form really turned around. A 3-1 win against Molde, who are still managed by... No, they're not managed by Ole anymore. What happened to Ole? He got sacked after 262 days. 265 days. So yeah, he did not last long at all. Now unemployed. Okay. Then a 2-0 win over Brown. A 1-0 win over Sarpsborg. HamKam. A 2-0 win. Viking, unfortunately, a 1-1 draw. Stabæk 4-2. League leaders, odd. We then went to beat 3-2, nicely. For Sogndal, it's another unfortunate draw. For the final day of the season, where we started as we meant to go on, with a goal in the 1st minute by Mika Bieref. Yeah, Sander Klein and Nyland Orschel also on the score sheets. But how did that do us for the league in the end? Well, for the league, we finished 3rd. As you can see, did up the reputation of the league. So we have 2 Champions League spots. So it's annoying that we miss out to our rivals Bodo Glimt on that 2nd Champions League spot. But we're going to have Europa League. So draw up again. And talking of competitions, go to the Cup. And obviously, we got knocked out 1st round, didn't we, last time? And so, as you can see, having been knocked out in the 1st round last year, did this year come back and do the complete opposite to that. Went all the way, winning it. 2-1, 3-0, 3-0, 2-0, 2-1 again, 3-1, and then the final, 2-0. This is how we did it. Went to extra time, 4-0 draw, as you see. Yeah, as you can see, toughly fought. Firstly, 102nd minute had Mika Bieref here. Nicely played through, just runs through the middle in the end, goes wide a bit, nicely put away in the back. And then, to guarantee it, Tobias Goodall with a header from the corner. That's how we ended up winning the cup. So overall, not a bad season. Finishing 3rd in the league was a bit of a disappointment. At that start, having that loss and 2 draws didn't help early on. First part of the season, and this middle part was just where we threw everything away. Too many draws, too many losses. But we did have that good end to the season. Just the 2 draws in there. Yeah, so that's how that went. As for player stats, you can see Mika Bieref, 22 goals, didn't get any assists though. And Killen with 11 goals and 5 assists. Other than that, there wasn't anyone else that really massively contributed. Anders Him, our left back, got 10 assists and 2 goals, as did Vegard earlier, 10 goals and 10 assists and 1 goal. So, I suppose you're asking, what about the Champions League? Well, let's take a look, shall we? Weirdly, it says we were meant to enter and get the Champions Path back on the 8th. Didn't do that. Got a Champions Path playoff. We were meant to enter here, and for some reason we didn't. So, unfortunately, we didn't get the Champions League football. of money coming in, which we could have really done with. But hey, we will see what happens next season with the Europa League. With that said, that is season 2 all in the bag. Now I'm gonna go do some transfers, wheeling dealing, see what we can bring in. I've offered some contracts to some of the players that I wanted. Like I've offered a new contract to the goalkeeper. Sedi Kintar will not sign a new deal because of the interest shown in him. Got Villa, Everton, Hull randomly, West Ham, Eintracht Frankfurt and Atletico Madrid. And as him is wanted by Hammerby, put him up for sale because he's going to be leaving anyway. Again, Yota Dahl won't sign a new deal because of the interest here in him. So we're probably going to lose our 2 young stars, as well as a few others like Oslin Schlager. Killen I've offered a new deal to. I've terminated the loan of Prot, so he'll be leaving shortly. And I did offer a new deal to Simon Monson as well. So yeah, I'm going to go off, do the transfers, and I'll see you in season 3.